Good afternoon and welcome to high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports, here from historic Simmons Field in downtown Kenosha, home of the Kenosha Kingfish, as Racine Lutheran Prairie LPs face Kenosha St. Joseph Lancers here. Matt Pack on hand here with Elijah Vanxalata here for two high school baseball games here on the network. Game one of our doubleheader slate. Game two will be Tremper and Indian Trail later tonight. The stadium here. St. Joe's the technically home team here. They play all their home games here. Get information up here first. So get our start line up here for Racine Lutheran Prairie. It will be Eli Gassout leading off. Knoll pitching. It's going to be Spencer Knoll on the mound. Strope playing first base. Akins playing short. Van Swal at catcher. Poznansky at third. Godson in center field. Palashi in left field. And Reinheimer doing second base, but also DHing today. Starting on the mound today for Kenosha St. Joe's is Zach Rizzo. Make sure to get the right records up here first. So leading off for Racine Lutheran Prairie will be Eli Gassow. Like I just mentioned on the mound is Zach Rizzo. All right, here we go. A nice day up here today. Well, I should say a little chilly for baseball. 44 degrees here in Kenosha. We get set to start us off. Rizzo on the mound. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, and we're underway here from historic Simmons Field. Rizzo gets the set. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground, foul to the left side. So quickly, no balls, two strikes here on Gassow. 0-2 pitch. That one's on the ground to third. Will it stay fair? No, it will go foul. So still no balls, two strikes. So 0-2 now. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's on the ground, foul once again to the left side. Kenosha St. Joe is 9-1 on the season, ranked in the Prep Baseball Top 25. Lutheran Prairie 6-4. Last time these two played a while ago, 10-7. This is a makeup game from a couple weeks ago. Here's the pitch from Rizzo, and just missed outside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. That one's popped up foul. Staying with you here. That one went all the way to the road. So it remains 2-2 now. Rizzo up to 7 pitches here on this first at bat. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground to second. Davidson on to first, not in time, and throws it away. Davidson kind of got a late charge on that one. Once he did throw, he threw it past Smith. So Gassow reaches on an error. Or actually, I probably will give him a hit there because even a good throw most likely is not getting him there. So the batter will be Knoll. Gasol takes his lead over there at first. And he goes. Pitch is taken low and up before a ball, and Gasol stand up, steal. So Lutheran Prairie, a runner in scoring position right off the bat. One ball, no strikes. Davidson comes towards second. Rizzo looks at second. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 2, and it gets away. Another 90 feet for Gasol. And he's up to third. So 2 balls, no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 1, and that one technically going to be ruled. Umpire put it up, foul ball at first. Let's see what the official ruling was. Because if it's not a foul ball, it's a run scored on a wild pitch, and it will be a run scored. So Gasol comes home on the pass ball, as they did not rule a foul ball. So Lutheran Prairie with early 1-0 lead. Be 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. This is outside, ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground to first. Smith misplays it. It'll stay fair. Back-to-back hitters reach for Lutheran Prairie. That one might be an error, so it might be an error and a hit and an error to start this game. As Knoll reaches. Let's see what they rule it. Yep, it'll be ruled an error. So Knoll takes his lead over there at first. 1-0 lead already for Lutheran Prairie. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No, actually take that back. It was followed back to the screen. Rizzo up to 14 pitches here in this first inning. No outs yet. Knoll takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes now. Quickly on Strope, the hitter. It's Parker Strope. Throws back to first on the pickoff move, not in time. So no balls, 2 strikes. It'll remain. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back to the screen. Early on, Lutheran Prairie making some good contact off of Rizzo. So it remains 0-2. Rizzo delivers. Here's the pitch and called. Strike 3.
Yeah, that's a really huge out right there to start it.
Yeah, Strope goes down looking. It'll be 1 down. Now for Akins. Rizzo sets, throws back to first. They've had an eye on Knoll over there for sure. Knoll takes his lead. Here's the pitch and inside. Called. Strike 1. Just hit the inside corner. So Knoll takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled to the back screen. So 0-2 coming up now. Akins the hitter. It's been a hit and error for Lutheran Prairie here in this first inning. Here's the pitch. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. So after a hit and error, it's been 2 straight strikeouts, called strikeouts for Rizzo. So 2 down now here in this first inning. Van Swall now the hitter for the LPs. That's Josiah Van Swall. Knoll takes his lead over at first. Here's the pitch. Falls in there for a strike, so quickly 0-2 again. Rizzo seemed like he started to dial in.
That command is really going now, just piling in as many strikes as he can. Couple mistakes early on the base pass with 1 base runner. That's pretty much been it in this first inning.
Here's the pitch on 0-2 and misses outside. And he had a chance to take 2 bases here, and he'll try. Throw down to third, not in time. So Knoll goes from first to third on the pass ball, but he was kind of already in motion before the pitch. That got him to all the way to third. So 180 feet stolen right there. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes coming up here now. Lutheran Prairie looking for a hit here to extend this lead. St. Joe's looking to get out of this inning here on this next pitch. So it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down here. Rizzo delivers. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss, strike 3. And they're going to make, the out was already secured. We head to the bottom of the first inning. 1 run for the LPs. More baseball coming after this on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, bottom of the first inning. St. Joe's coming to bat here for the first time today here. Trailing 1-0 here from historic Simmons Field. Matt Peck, Elijah Vink-Salata here. For Metro Classic Conference baseball action. Right here in the heart of Kenosha. St. Joe's home stadium for the baseball season. As a pitcher for Lutheran Prairie will be Spencer Knoll. He's a junior infielder technically on the roster sheet. They got him at pitching today. Wait, let's make sure. It says number 17 is pitching.
On the field, it's 8.
Oh, it is. Okay, never mind. I had it right. Yeah, so it is Spencer Knoll. Because number 17 on here is listed as a pitcher only. That's why I was like, oh, maybe. So it is Knoll on the mound. And leading off is Dominic Santorelli, well known around the state of Wisconsin. LSU commit. It's been tracked for a couple years already. It's one that you could potentially see in the draft. He comes up to the plate here. Saw him at bat at the PBR event a couple weeks ago at the Rock. And everybody had their phones out when he was up to the plate.
Yeah, really popular player, LSU commit. That's a really great baseball school he's going to. If not, the MLB draft. I almost said NFL draft. That was a week ago.
That one's popped up in the air right field. High in the air to Gasau in right field. Shifting over, he'll make the catch, 1 down. And for Lutheran Prairie, that's 1 big out to start. Getting him to pop out to right field, but just see that nice swing right there. So now it'll be Kenosha, the hitter. Chris Kenosha with one down here in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Takes inside ball 1. Here's the next offering. Misses outside. 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes here on Kenosha. Here's the pitch. Misses outside again. Be quickly 3-0. And Noel in danger of walking Kenosha. So 3-0 now. Here's the delivery from Noel, and he punches in there for a strike. And Kenosha thought it was ball 4. Threw his bat towards the dugout. Just hit the high top of the corner. So 3 balls, 1 strike here. Here's the pitch. And takes ball 4. So St. Joe's second batter on via walk. So now Zach Rizzo, the hitter, also the pitcher today for St. Joe's. Has a runner on in Kenosha. Kenosha takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch, high and away, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, high, ball 2. Kind of saw what Santarelli did in the first at bat. Got the first pitch he saw and drove it to right field, but just got a little bit under it. Here's the pitch. Misses again, 3-0 now.
His last 7 out of his last 8 pitches are balls, so maybe a time right here to step off, right? Just compose yourself.
Yeah.
On the mound.
So 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and he gets that one in there for a strike. Feels good for Noel right there. So 3-1 coming up, 1 out. Kenosha takes his lead over first. That one's in the air, left field, high. Towards Falaschi in left field. He'll make the catch, 2 down here in the first. Both pop-ups have been sky high up there. So now the batter will be Davidson. It will be Patrick Davidson, the second baseman. Noel sets. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Throw it on to second is going to be too high and not in time. So Kenosha St. Joe's gets a runner in scoring position here in Kenosha. Noel sets, looks back at second. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped to right field. Going back, and it's going to get over his head into the wall. Kenosha will come home to score. Davidson on his way to third, and no throw, and a triple for Davidson. So a huge 2-out triple for Davidson. Gets St. Joe's on the board and ties this game. Here's the pitch. This is outside, ball 1. So 1-1 game now here in the first inning. Here's the next pitch, low, 2-0 now. The batter is Robbie Johnson. With Davidson in scoring position, St. Joe's looking to take a lead here in the first inning. They're going down 1-0 and just tying it. 2-0 pitches in there for a strike. Davidson takes his lead on a 2-1 pitch. That one's on the ground to third. Poznanski, long throw to first, and gets by the first baseman. And that will score a run, and St. Joe's has grabbed the 2-1 lead. See how they score that one. First baseman, I don't think actually ever touched that ball. They will root a single on Game Changer. So it'll be 2-1 now. St. Joe's in the lead. Jack Schmidt's the batter now. Takes inside ball 1. Here's the pitch, high and away, 2-0. A lot of these St. Joe's batters, including Schmidt's right here, all been up 2-0. At least, just notice that a pattern they've taken on the first couple pitches, haven't gotten the best selection. Shows bunt, takes inside, strike 1. Johnson, the runner at first. Lowe looks in. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground to short. Akins. He'll step on second himself and in time. But St. Joe's plates 2 home. We head to the second inning. 2-1 lead for Kenosha St. Joseph.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Back here on Zaleski Sports, second inning here between Racine, Lutheran, Prairie, otherwise known as the LPs, and Kenosha St. Joseph Lancers here from historic Simmons Field, downtown Kenosha. Matt Peck, Elijah Vanxilata with you this afternoon. St. Joe's plates 2 in the bottom of the first. Lutheran Prairie plated 1 in the top of the first. So Zach Rizzo will go back to work. As we got Game 1 and 2 on this network today. Later tonight, Southeast Conference matchup between Kenosha Indian Trail and Kenosha Tremper. Kenosha Indian Trail will serve as the home team for that game. They play 3-game series in the Southeast, and they technically the last couple of years have always played their third game or one of the games in the slate at this stadium.
What a perfect opportunity, too. Both teams have taken a game in that series, so a rubber match tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was it Tremper or Trail won the first? No, wait, might have that mixed up, right? Tremper won the first game 8-1, then Trail. I might have them mixed up, but
yeah, I have to look back.
One of the games is 2-1.
Yeah,
and both of them split. So tonight's the rubber match.
So 1 ball, 1 strike now. The batter is Poznansky, Gabe Poznansky, as that one's on the ground to short. Kenosha on to first, in time to get him. So 1 batter, 1 down here in the top of the second for Zach Rizzo. So now the batter will be Kyler Godson. 2 hits for St. Joe's today so far, 1 for Lutheran Prairie. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. It was a nice comeback for the first inning for St. Joe's. Gave up a run. And then it was 2 straight strikeouts, and then a ground out to get out of the inning. So 0-1. Here's the pitch, and that one hits in front of home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, we saw a lot of scoring the first time these two teams met up. St. Joe's ended up winning 10-7 by a field goal, if you will. Football type scoregami there.
Probably his Zaleski Sports scoregami. Here's the pitch, and just misses the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, I guess I probably wasn't using the right proper terms there because like a scoregami is basically like when you get a rare score,
Yeah.
like ever. 7 to 10 seems pretty common in baseball still, like when
Yeah.
you're having a lot of scoring.
Absolutely. So 3 balls, 1 strike now here on Godson. Shakes. Here's the pitch and misses outside, ball 4. And Godson walks with 1 down. So now the batter will be Richard Falaschi with 1 runner on. Looks back at first, not in time. Right now, early on, the conference has been between St. Joe's and St. Thomas More. But those two will meet up again in roughly a week or two. Could be the conference championship. Here's the pitch. That one swing and a miss, strike 1. And actually, those two, when they meet up, it'll be a suspended game. So they'll start up in the 3rd inning. They play each other. So no balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, low and dirt, ball 1.
You want me to say some score updates here?
Sure.
Yeah, this is a big one here. I'll just give one real quick in this at bat. Nicolay up 4-3 on Slinger right now on the top of the 4th. Owls going through a little slump right now.
Yeah, it seems like it. Here's a pitch that one's on the ground. A second chance for 2. Davidson to Kenosha on to first. Will not get 2, but gets 1 at second base. Gets the lead runner out in Godson. But Falaschi will reach on the fielder's choice.
Another one early on here in the Southeast Conference. Kettle Moraine with a 1-0 lead on Franklin. Most Sabres don't trail that much this year.
No.
So this is probably one of the first few times we've seen Franklin trailing.
So now the batter will be, with 2 outs, Lucas Reinheimer. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. Sets now here. 2 down here in this top of the 2nd. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Seen a lot of unpredictable games so far this year around the whole state when it comes to upsets and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be surprised if tonight could be one of those nights.
Yeah, I never know. That pitch is low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lutheran Prairie looking to try to steal a win here this afternoon. Last time these two played, it was close.
It's probably a little bit of motivation, right? You almost beat one of the best teams in the state right here with a couple of MLB type prospects.
Yeah, and these two met up at Horlick Field about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was 10-7 final. So Lutheran Prairie looking to get themselves, back up towards the top of the conference with Thomas More and St. Joe's. That one swinging a miss, strike 2. And Rizzo now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Falaschi, the runner at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rizzo sets. Here's the pitch. And just misses outside, ball 3. A little bit low.
Expect the runner at first to go on any pitch here now with the 2 outs.
Exactly. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner will move on this pitch. Here's the pitch. And ball 4. As Reinheimer walks. It'll be 2 on now, 2 outs.
Back to the top of the order now for the LPs.
So now Gasol, the hitter. Eli Gasol back up.
I think in our pregame graphic, we had him as the baseball team, so that was pretty interesting. We don't really get too many co-ops on often, that's for sure.
That's for sure. Yeah, you're right.
But this is one of the good co-ops.
Eli Gasol, the hitter, takes outside, ball 1.
Showing a lot of great discipline this inning, too. Just staying true to their at-bats. Only getting a couple pitches to hit so far.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here, 2 outs. As Rizzo sets, 2 runners on behind him. Gasol 1 for 1 today. That one ripped to the left side foul. And when Gasol was up there earlier, he had I believe, an 8-pitch at bat to start the game. Rizzo up to 44 pitches here in this second inning. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And called strike 3. We head to the bottom of the second inning. The LP Strand 2. St. Joe's coming to bat with the 2-1 lead.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck, Elijah Vink-Slaughter here from historic Simmons Field, home of the Kenosha Kingfish. As Kenosha St. Joe's with the 2-1 lead. As we get set for their second at-bats of the day. Nice afternoon here. You know, I should just say it's a little chilly today, May 1st. Sitting in the mid-40s. We're not far from the lake at all.
I would say it feels like it's in the 30s right now, too. So, like, that's going to definitely sting off the bat tonight. May 1st, like you were saying. Sheboygan, I think they got a little, like, sleet snow this morning, right? From what I saw on social media.
Wow.
Guess winter's still not over yet here at some parts.
They can have it up there. Choose to live north for a reason. So, first pitch is in there, ball 1.
We'll say because we're closer to the lake, it's cooler, though.
Yeah. So 1 ball, 1 strike. The batter now is Brock Smith. Here's the pitch. Smith on the ground to second. Ryan Heemer on to first in time. So 1 down here in the bottom of the second. For Silva. The batter now is Joseph Silva. And right now, pitch count comparison between both the pitchers. And that one's on the ground through. Meanwhile, base hit to right field on the first pitch by Silva. So Silva on here with St. Joe's 3rd hit of the day. And he'll be pinch ran for. Another hitter is Carson Tanky. Tanky, the hitter, takes high, ball 1. Throw it on a second is not going to be in time. As Silva steals second, and that's kind of how St. Joe's did things last inning as well. Steal a base and find themselves with the runner in scoring position.
Had that big triple in the first, too.
Yeah, that helped too, for sure.
Kind of set the tone for things hitting-wise. Not a lot of hits in this game. I mean, 4 so far, but...
Shows bunt, but that one goes into the dugout. Wow. If you weren't paying attention down there, might have been a bad night. Right off to the bat, right into the dugout. So it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes coming back here. One down here in this bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch, and that one's popped up in the air, and it's going to get down. Base hit. And they will hold the runner at third. Silva, that's kind of a blooper in between Flashy, Poznansky, and Akins. So Silva moves up to third, and Tanky with a base hit, and now it'll be Santarelli at the plate.
Yeah, just what you want right now for if you're St. Joe's. A big chance to put up a crooked number here with your best hitter at the plate coming up. Runners on the corners, too. Good mound visit, too, though.
Yeah, they're going to talk with him before facing Santarelli. They got him to pop up to right field last time. They're going to try to figure out a way to do so again. There's a couple guys in this lineup that can put the ball over the fence. We've seen it multiple times. Definitely talking about how to pitch to him here. Will be interesting here. So, wonder what the wind's blowing at today. It looks pretty windy out there. You see the American flag moving pretty well. Moving towards us. Looks like the wind is blowing in too. So, could be tougher to hit a home run while we were on that subject.
I think the more inland you go, it's not. I don't think it's windy at all, though. But
No.
since, like we mentioned again, like we're so close to the lake, that wind is really going to be a factor today.
So Tanky takes his lead over at first. Santarelli, the hitter. Santarelli takes low, ball one. Steps back in here now. 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on the corners for St. Joe's. Noel sets. Here's the pitch. Santarelli takes outside, ball 2. So 2-0 coming up here. Runners take their lead. Here's the pitch, taken high, ball 3. This will be 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes coming up on Santarelli. He takes strike 1. Just clipped the inside corner. So 3-1 coming up. St. Joe's looking for a crooked number here with 1 down. LP's looking for a crooked, I should say a ground ball. They can still get one as Santarelli walks. But now loads the bases. For Chris Kenosha.
Chance to do some real big damage here now if you can really try to even push one out here in a really deep ballpark. Right center field is 400 feet, just like the Brewers Stadium.
Yeah, that's a big time damage. That one's going to get through, base hit. 2 runners will score. And nobody is covering third, and the runner will also move up to second. So a huge chance for St. Joe's as Kenosha comes through, scoring Silva and Tanky. So a 4-1 game now. And Kenosha also moves up to second on the throw. So back-to-back innings so far with 2 runs at least for St. Joe's. And they still only have 1 out with a chance to do more damage.
They're on pace right now to get more runs than what they had last time they played these guys.
Yeah, for sure.
10 runs, they're already almost halfway there, and 1 1/3.
Ball 1 is inside. So 1 ball, no strikes. Taken outside, ball 2. Here comes the runner home with Santarelli. Throw coming home is not in time. And St. Joe's extends their lead to 5-1. Zach Rizzo, the hitter right now, also up 2-0. Kenosha moves up to third on the pass ball as well. So So 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Low, 3-0. So 5-1 lead for St. Joe's. Only 1 out here in this bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch and misses outside, ball 4. So now Rizzo walks. That will send up Davidson. St. Joe's looking to do more damage here in this bottom of the second inning.
Davidson, the one that got the party started runs-wise last time out, too, with the triple, right?
Yes.
No chance. I mean, if you can get another one of those right now, you're looking at a quick 7-1 game. This, I mean, all the momentum's been on St. Joe's side so far to start this game.
Yeah, other than that run scoring in the first inning, St. Joe's has been coming up with some hits, 5 hits early on to 1 hit for Lutheran Prairie. Pitch is high, ball 1. And St. Joe's kind of became more patient at the plate now so far this inning. The pitch counts weren't even close to start this inning. Now kind of starting to even it up a little bit more. That one's popped up foul over our heads and could be heading toward Sheridan Avenue. Oh, I just heard that hit something.
My guess is it hit the back of the roof here.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's the one thing you got to worry about when driving by. Your car could get... Anytime a baseball is being played here, you can get hit anytime. 1 ball, 1 strike, inside corner, strike 2.
There's one that was already rolling onto the street, and like some cars weren't even aware of it because of how small it is, probably compared to how fast they're driving.
Yes, that's for sure. Yeah,
in real time.
You never know when it's coming. Rizzo takes his lead over at first and called strike 3 on Davidson.
Pain in the corners, huh?
Yes, he has. Another batter will be Robbie Johnson here with 2 runners on the corners, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Johnson lines that one foul to the back screen. So 0-1. The LP's the name for Racine Lutheran Prairie. It's probably the best name. Don't got to worry about too much. No balls, 1 strike. It still gets both schools in there as Rizzo goes on a steal, and 2 runners now in scoring position for St. Joe's.
Smart decision not to steal there, because then, or not to try to get him caught stealing right there, because if you throw that one to second, the guy on third's going to probably score easily from home.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That one's on the ground to short. Akins on to first in time. So we head to the 3rd inning. St. Joe's plays 3 more runs. 5-1 lead for Kenosha St. Joe's. More baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 180,000 participants here in Wisconsin who take part in high school sports.
Back here on Zaleski Sports from historic Simmons Field, top of the 3rd inning between the LPs and the Lancers. Today's game is sponsored by Prospect Training Academy. At Prospect Training Academy, we train, develop, and create leaders on and off the field. We teach our players to be prepared, tough, and accountable. We also focus on the importance of academics and character. We play for the name on the front and the teammates around us. Sign up today at ptabaseball.com. 5-1 lead in favor of St. Joe's here from historic Simmons Field. The LPs come up to bat for the 3rd time today. And pitches low, ball 1. The hitter will be number 8, Spencer Knoll, the pitcher. He's 0 for 1 today. Pitch hits the outside corner, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Knoll. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rizzo approaching 50 pitches. Now the WIAA requirement is 100. You have to be pulled. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and called. Strike 3 on the outside corner.
That rule might be doing favors to pitchers, right? So they don't blow their arms out completely.
Yes.
Compared to softball pitchers, I mean, they go no matter what, right?
Yeah, because they're throwing underhand.
It was like one of the first times I looked on Game Changer for a softball game. I was like, wait, this pitcher's at 150 pitches? How?
Yeah, they do some insane stuff in softball. And that one just misses inside ball 1.
Guess if the pitcher's really on their whole way and they have a lot of trust in softball, just make them go no matter what.
That's for sure. Batter now is Parker Strope. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground. A second hot shot, and it goes off the glove of Davidson. And that's going to be interesting what they rule that. I probably would rule that a hit.
Yeah, that was a screamer off the bat, so I think that'll be a base hit.
Let's see what they officially rule it. It'll be an error, technically, according to Game Changer.
Would have been a tremendous play, though, if he would have made it there.
Yeah. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Maybe that was fouled.
So now that batter will be Paxton Akins. A sophomore for this club. With a runner on, Strope at first with 1 down. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. So 0-2 now. Strope takes his lead over there at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down here in this second inning.
Third.
Rizzo up to 6 strikeouts today.
He's dealing now. After that first inning run, I mean, it's been all gas, no brakes on the mound, and he's shoving on the mound.
Throws back to first, not in time. So 5-1 lead in favor of St. Joe's. Time is called. Back to action. So 2 down here as the batter now, Van Swal. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's inside. Almost hit him. Umpire will rule that it did not hit him. So 2 balls, no strikes. Strope takes his lead over there at first. Throws back to first, not in time. Still remain 2 balls, no strikes. Strope takes his lead over at first. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball 3. Lutheran Prairie's had the base runners today. Here's a pitch, 3-0 in their first strike. Comes back with 1. Now moves up to hitter's count for Van Swal. 2 down here. Rizzo looking to get out of the inning. The LP is looking to extend it as he goes back to first again on a pickoff attempt. 6 strikeouts so far today for Rizzo. 36 of his 59 have been strikes. Here's the pitch inside, ball 4. So 2 runners on now for the LPs. Time is called. So now Gabe Poznansky will be the hitter. Rizzo sets. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground to second. Davidson will flip to second in time. So we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 runners stranded for the LPs. St. Joe's coming up to bat with a 5-1 lead.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, bottom of the 3rd inning, between Racine Lutheran LPs and the Kenosha St. Joseph Lancers. 5-1 lead for the Lancers here in the bottom of the 3rd here from historic Simmons Field, home of the Kenosha Kingfish.
Actually, looks like we're going to have a pitching change here, too.
Oh, yeah?
$17, I believe. Turk.
Yeah, Noel Turk will be the new pitcher for this LP squad. So that means Noel's day is done. After 2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. That's the final stat line today for Noel. We begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll do the on 2 now. We begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. St. Joe's crooked number every inning so far. They look to add on to their lead with a 4-run lead here entering the bottom of the 3rd. The first batter now for St. Joe's will be Schmitz to lead off this bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground. A short hot shot. Oh, just under the glove. And it will be a base hit, I would say most likely. But my stat keeping could be wrong. It was wrong last time. We'll see what they rule it.
Well, that was another hot shot like you were saying, though. So
Akins couldn't quite come up with it. So Schmitz takes his lead over there first. Pitch is in there for a strike. So Schmitz will be officially ruled an error again. So it'll be 1 error for Lutheran Prairie, their first one of the day. Must have a hard grader over there in that St. Joe's dugout. That's the game changer we're following. Pitch is in there for a strike. 1 no balls, 2 strikes on. Batter is now Brock Smith.
Yeah, Lutheran Prairie just got to keep doing what they got to do here. Just keep chipping away and hope that Turk on the mound here can try to keep the damage to a minimum.
Yeah, and Schmidt's got to watch that move over there at first base because there's a lefty on the mound now, Turk. So you got to watch that move to first base as he can go back with that lefty motion.
Yeah, those lefties have a really good notion, right? Like with those
Yeah.
quick turns, kind of looking like they're winding up, and right away it's like a turn.
Here's the pitch, just misses the outside corner. Ball one, couldn't quite get the slider to come back in. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Turk looks, sets, here's the pitch, and ball inside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Schmitz takes his lead over there at first again. Here's the pitch. That one's popped up in the air. Will it reach the seats? And it will fall in the dugout. That's twice today a ball's gone in each dugout. One in St. Joe's, one in Lutheran Prairies.
Hitting the bullseye, huh?
Yeah, they're like making sure the kids sign the waiver to be in the dugout. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Schmitz takes his lead over there at first. Smith, the hitter. Here's the pitch to Smith. That one's in the air. We'll go foul to the parking lot. Oh, just missed getting out of the stadium.
Yeah, I had to keep my eyes peeled on that one, so I made sure to try to park a little bit far, because the foul net's only about 100 feet away from the parking lot, so
yeah,
not even.
Yeah, it's close. So 5-1. That pitch is outside. Ball 1. Ball 3. Sorry.
Foul ball kind of messed you up there, huh?
Yes, it's paying too much attention to that. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch and called strike 3. As Smith goes down looking, caught the inside corner that time, Turk, and it's 1 down here in this bottom of the 3rd. And the LP is looking for their first scoreless defensive inning. They still need 2 more outs to get with a runner on first for St. Joe's. Now the hitter will be Silva. 1 for 1 today. Throws back to first, not in time from Turk. Joseph Silva, the hitter. Here's the pitch. That one's in the air. Foul. We'll find the seats and go out behind in the, let's call it the party yard. So no balls, 1 strike.
It's our first train pulling by.
Yeah, in the outfield.
Background.
Pitches inside. Throw it on a second, not in time. As Schmidt steals second, right in line of the train. Right in line as people come home from Chicago.
The Metro, right?
They're saying, thank God we're back in Wisconsin. No balls, 2 strikes, now 1 out. As Schmidt steals second. Silva the batter. Now they have a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch inside. Ball 1. Just missed. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Schmitz takes his lead at second base. Here's the pitch and called strike 3. Turk gets back-to-back called strike 3s. And 2 down here in this bottom of the 3rd.
Textbook. That's the only word I have for that right there.
Absolutely. So another batter will be Tanky. 1 for 1 today. Has a runner in scoring position. The LP's looking for their first scoreless inning of the day. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. Santarelli on deck. The LPs probably prefer to face him next inning with nobody on base. That pitch is high and upstairs 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes as Schmitz takes his lead at second base. 2 outs in this inning as well as that pitch is high, ball 3. So 3-0 now. Here's the pitch and catches the corner, strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Turk looks to battle back here. Takey looks to get on via hit or draw a walk here. Here's the pitch and misses, ball 4. So now they will face Santarelli. Big threat for St. Joe's coming up here as they probably preferred to face next inning with bases clearing, but they will have to face him now with 2 outs. This St. Joe's top of the order is deadly. Here's the pitch as it hits Santarelli. So second time he's on via walk.
At that point, you might as well just intentionally walk him.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Because that looked like it hit him just straight on. Like, almost want to say it was intentionally.
Yeah, it was. You kind of looked at him at first, but don't know why you intentionally hit him. So
Well,
Kenosha will be the hitter now, 1 for 1.
Kenosha, another hitter who's, I mean, guess you take the MLB threat out, right?
They take the MLB threat. He's on base for the second time today with no hit. It's just 2 walks.
Kenosha's still a big deal to pitch against, though, too.
Oh,
so
yeah, for sure. 1 for 1 already.
I think right now, if you're Lutheran Prairie, you're glad you have 2 outs, but oh.
Nice block behind there by Van Swal. Able to keep the ball in front of him and avoid no run coming home. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch and finds the inside corner, strike 1 on Kenosha. Schmitz, Tanky, and Santarelli on base from third to first. 2 outs for the Lancers. No runs yet this inning. They've scored every other inning so far. LP's looking for their first scoreless inning on defense. Here's the pitch. That one's in the air to left field, and that one's going to get down and get past the left fielder. That's going to score multiple runs, at least 2. That will score all 3. A bases clearing double for Chris Kenosha, and it's 8-1.
Another one of those over-the-head shots, and now St. Joe's early on. Pitching's been dealing early, so 8-1 score. A few more runs tacked on. You might be looking at a run rule game in the 5th.
Yeah, Falaschi just couldn't quite get to that one, just got past him, but the worst part about it was it got past him. That's a hard thing in baseball, having to get past you, because that's what allows to more runs. Pitch is inside, ball 1.
Ooh. Got a high-speed chase.
Yeah, the cops are flying by the stadium. Wonder what somebody did. We'll find out.
Cruising down Sheridan.
8-1 lead for St. Joe's as Kenosha takes his lead over there. Throw it on the third is not in time. Nice pick over there by Poznansky to keep the St. Joe's from scoring another run. That gets by him. It's a 9-1 game. So a 2-0 count now as Zach Rizzo is the hitter. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is inside, 2-1. Runner on third is Kenosha. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped to third and through, base hit right past Poznansky. Another hot shot over there. And it's 9-1 St. Joe's. As Rizzo comes through with a base hit, and he'll be subbed out for a pinch runner, as he's still the pitcher. So now the batter will be Patrick Davidson, who is 1 for 2 today.
It's been a run party today for the Lancers so far. 2, 3, 4 in each inning so far, kind of going in order. So will this be the end right here? And next thing they'll get 5 to go through that 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, they already have a 9-1 lead, and their box score has been 2, 3, 4 for St. Joe's. Like you said, the party might be on the docket. That throw down to second will be in time to get him. Nice throw from Van Swal over to Aikens, but St. Joe's plates 4 in the bottom of the third. We head to the 4th inning, a 9-1 lead for Kenosha St. Joseph. More baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, top of the 4th. Between Racine Lutheran Prairie and Kenosha St. Joseph. Kenosha St. Joseph with a 9-1 lead here in this one. It's been a 2-run first inning, a 3-run second inning, a 4-run third inning. Elijah said, could we do the train for a 5-run 4th inning? Seems the way we could potentially be heading here.
Their offense is moving like a bullet train right now with how many runs they're plowing through the first 3 innings.
Yeah, they're coming through with some hits, and they're also getting some decent hits, but they're also getting a lot of rocket shots at the infielders where, you know, they're just a lot of tough plays to make. And some of these plays have been, I just say both sides, they've had some hard hit balls today where it's just like, the way that ball comes at you, it's kind of tough to make a play. That's why, you know, we have 3 errors in this game, but some of those, I don't know. I mean, just going by what the scorecard says, but some of those probably could have been ruled hits because a lot of them were line shots. So here's the pitch. That one's lined back to the screen. The hitter now is Kyler Godson, the top of the 4th inning for Lutheran Prairie, the LPs. Pitch is low, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So here's the pitch. That one's high and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Rizzo's still the pitcher for the Lancers, up to 64 pitches in this 4th inning. Here's the pitch from Rizzo, and it's in there for a strike.
Got some arms loosening up in that Lutheran Prairie bullpen.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Schmitz is getting loose.
Never thought to look at the bullpen over there. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. So it'll be 3-2 on Godson now. Rizzo sets. Here's the pitch and misses outside, ball 4. Godson with a leadoff walk. So now the hitter will be
Cortez.
So Godson takes his lead over there at first. Here's a pitch. Misses, ball 1. Godson takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch that one's popped up in the air, center field. And Santarelli underneath it. No, they collide, and he makes the catch. Santarelli was playing a little bit in and had to go back and get that one, but tracked it done well. And him and Schmitz almost collided, but Santarelli ended up calling him off.
That could have almost been a disaster if that would have fallen out of the glove there. Kind of looked like that was a really close play between the two there. It's one of those where you just gotta put the arm out right, signal it off. I got it.
So one out here now in the top of the fourth. Batter is Reinheimer. As Godson takes his lead over there first. Pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. So 0-1 now the hitter, on the hitter. Here's the pitch. In there again for strike 2. Notice Kenosha kind of playing in the outfield, very shallow outfield grass, technically considered a very deep part of the infield. Davidson playing a little bit closer in. They must suspect something getting hit towards that way. And that one is just missed the outside corner, 1-1. 7 hits today for the Lancers, 1 for the LPs. 2 errors on the Lancers, 1 on the LPs. So here's the pitch, and misses outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss, strike 3. Reinheimer goes down swinging. That will send up Gasso, the leadoff hitter, Eli Gasso. Two outs here in this top of the fourth. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 1. As Godson takes his lead at first base. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Godson takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch, and just could not get it down enough. 2 balls, 1 strike. Didn't quite curve down as much as they wanted. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and hits the outside corner, strike 2. Rizzo now 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Godson takes his lead over at first. Here's the pitch, and that one's on the ground to the pitcher, Rizzo. He'll look over at first. Oh, and he throws it away! And they're going to send the runner home. And no, they're going to hold him at third.
That was very risky right there on the send.
They almost thought to send him home, but Godson advances to third and Gasau on to second. After the overthrow, that will definitely be an error. So Knoll now the hitter. Spencer Knoll. He was also the starting pitcher today for the LPs. Here's the pitch. Hits the outside corner, strike 1. Now Rizzo will work to avoid damage. Here as the LPs have 2 runners in scoring position. So no balls, 1 strike. That one just misses outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one's limp. Foul and right at the head coach. Had to use his reflexes over there. I'm sure playing time would go down if he hit the coach. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Snow steps back in here. Godson and Gasau take their leads at third and second. 9-1 lead for St. Joe's. That one's on the ground to first and foul. Looked like it was going to stay fair at first, but rolled. Oh, we're almost on a little bit of angle from the base. So Noel steps back in here. Rizzo up to 83 pitches. Both runners take their leads here. 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that one's ripped in the air to the center field. That's down, base hit. Godson will come home to score. So will Gasau, and Noel will move to second on the throw. It's a 9-3 game.
Really good piece of contact right there for Noel, and finally the bat's trying to come alive right here for Lutheran Prairie, and now Rizzo's pitch count starting to get up there.
And also they move a runner in the scoring position as Noel moves up to second on the throw. Here's the pitch outside, ball 1, and the batter is now Strope. So 1-0 now on Strope. That one's in there for a strike. The LP is looking to storm back here, but keep in mind, St. Joe's on offense today, 2, 3, 4 in the frames. First through third, so in order for them to really get back in this game, they're going to have to do better things on the pitching side of things, or I should say the defensive as well. So 2-1 now on Strope. Here's the pitch, misses outside, ball 3.
I'm seeing Kenosha Tremper's bus getting here right now. John Matera leading his team off the bus. Head coach for the Trojans.
3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground to second and through, base hit. Noel comes home to score, and the throw home is not in time. The LPs have cut it to 5. And here comes head coach Ryan Gavinsky. This could likely be it.
I don't see anybody warming up in the bullpen.
Oh. Should probably just come out to have a chat then. So they'll leave Rizzo in. And Akins will be the hitter now in this 5-run game. Lutheran Prairie plates 3 runs so far in this top of the 4th. Strope takes his lead over there at first. That one's on the ground to third. A slow roller. Johnson going to try to go across the diamond to first. Not in time. And the LPs continue their lead this inning.
All right. How are you? I'm good.
Now 2 runners on for this LP squad.
Hi, Marilyn.
Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Van Swall now the hitter. So 0-1 on the hitter. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped foul to the right side. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and did he go? No, he did not. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and LP's looking to carry on this inning. 3 runs already. Got themselves kind of back in this game, but will they be able to complete the other side of it, the defensive side, which is 2, 3, 4 first 3 innings so far. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Rizzo, and called strike 3 on the outside corner. The LPs played 3 in the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. 9-4 lead for St. Joe's.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck, Elijah Vinksalata here from historic Simmons Field. Home of the Kenosha Kingfish. It's a 9-4 lead for Kenosha St. Joseph over the Racine Lutheran Prairie LPs. The LPs storm back with 3 runs here in the top of the 4th. St. Joe's, though, has been pretty active on offense today. 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the third, excuse me. They're probably looking for 5 in the 5th. In the 4th, excuse me.
And maybe in the 5th they could get 6.
Yeah, too many runs all over the place. Too many numbers, I should say. So, 9-4 lead. Leadoff hitter for the St. Joe's squad will be Davidson. He's the 4th cleanup hitter. St. Joe's came back with some big hits last inning. We don't have the camera on him right now, but like Elijah said last inning, Kenosha Tremper has just arrived for their game versus Indian Trail. We'll be air on the network after this. Elijah will be on the call. We'll play the flip-flop game with chairs and everything. So 9-4 lead as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning here in that game, slated for 7 o'clock unless we run late in this one.
The historic is definitely historic in the name of this stadium.
Yes.
It's very nice though, still, for
absolutely
how literally historic it is here.
First pitch is in there. First strike as Davidson goes on a half swing.
And the press box is right above the roof. So
yeah, first time we've been in one of these.
Gonna take one of the ladders up, but that's what I enjoy about taking trips to new parks. First time here.
Yeah, swing and a miss, strike 2. We've been all over the place.
We've been mainly at minor league, lower level baseball stadiums this year, right? The American Association with the Dockhound Stadium in Oconomowoc, Franklin Field. Now here in Kenosha with the Kingfish.
0-2, and that one is fouled. So we quickly still remain no balls, 2 strikes on Davidson, the hitter, 1 for 2 today. Here's the pitch, and that one's on the ground to first. Strope will take it to the bag himself in time. So now that will send up Johnson with one down. Kenosha St. Joseph last inning, they had no runs in the inning through 2 outs. And then they played it 4. They've been a two-out scoring team, as the Metra says high in the outfield. Pitch is in there, ball 1.
Is that a 2-floor train or?
Yeah, it is. You can go upstairs on there. It's kind of cool. Kenosha to Chicago. 1 ball, no strike. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike coming up here. 1 out in this bottom of the 4th. As Johnson takes high. So 2 balls, 1 strike. And that one hits the outside corner, strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. So 2-2, 1 out. And that one hits home plate, ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Johnson goes down swinging, 2 down here. He's bottom of the 4th. So now the batter will be Schmitz, 0 for 2 today. No runners on base this inning yet for St. Joe's. Pitch is high, ball 1. One-zero pitch, and that one's in the air. Could stay in play. Cortez going over and falls down. Couldn't quite get there. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 coming up, 2 outs. LP's trail by 5. Lancers in threat of having their first scoreless inning of the day. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped to the right field line, and it will be foul ball. Must have just hit the right side of the line.
Extremely close.
That was close. There'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes coming up here. Here's the pitch from Larson. The pitch is low. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss, strike 3. The LPs get their first scoreless inning of the day. We head to the 5th, a 9-4 lead in favor of St. Joe's.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen eclairs in my dressing room.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Back here on Zaleski Sports. Top of the 5th here between Racine Lutheran Prairie LPs and Kenosha St. Joseph Lancers. It's a 9-4 game in favor of St. Joe's, but St. Joe's controlled the early part of the game, but LPs get 3 back last inning and then hold the Lancers to their first scoreless inning of the day. So be interesting at bat sequence here for the LPs here in this 5th inning. See if they can get more back. So the new pitcher for St. Joe's will be Chris Kenosha. As infield's taken here. We also want to remind you of our game day sponsor. Make sure you find it here. Today's game is sponsored by Prospect Training Academy. At Prospect Training Academy, we train to develop and to create leaders on and off the field. We teach our players to be prepared, tough, and accountable. We also focus on the importance of academics and character. We play for the name on the front and the teammates around us. Sign up today at ptabaseball.com. Top of the 5th inning as we begin here. I guess mentioned a couple of moments ago, Chris Kenosha, the new pitcher for St. Joe's. So here's the pitch to start us off, ball 1. And the hitter now is Poznansky, 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, that one's on the ground, foul to the right side. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's on the ground to first, foul to the right side. As Rizzo moves over to play first base after completing pitching today, Rizzo's numbers on the mound were 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs, and 0 of them are actually earned. 4 walks and 8 strikeouts. So no earned runs for Rizzo, despite giving up 4. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that one's on the ground once again, foul to the right side. So remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground, foul to the back screen. The LPs continue to make better contact than they did earlier in the game. Earlier in the game, their keys to staying close was taking a lot of pitches that were, not the best pitches. That was what was keeping them in the game earlier. So 9-4, lead still for St. Joe's. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes coming up here. Here's the pitch, and inside, and did it clip him? No, it did not. So it'll be 3-2 coming up now. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that one's fouled to the back screen again. And this has become a 9-pitch at bat for the first hitter Kenosha has faced. And kind of funny about that because Rizzo, earlier when he pitched, the first batter he faced to start the game, threw roughly 8 to 10 pitches.
It's just what you want right away out of a leadoff hitter.
Exactly. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one's in the air. Center field. The shortstop Davidson will call for it. 1 down here. So now Kyler Godson, the hitter. Kenosha completes his first at bat. 10 pitches. Here's the pitch. This is low and outside, ball 1. So 1-0 on the hitter. Here's the pitch. Clips the outside corner, strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That one's in the air, right field. That's got a chance to, and it's caught out there. Thought for a second it would go over Tanky's head, but he comes down with the catch as he had to roll back on that one. Good job not backpedaling there that time. He backpedals, it probably gets over his head.
Maybe even think about 3 there, possibly.
Yes, if it gets over his head, at least 2, probably 3. So that'll be Sebastian Cortez at the plate. 2 outs. Ball's inside, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. That one's followed the back to the screen. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, inside, ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike now. 2 outs here for the St. Joe's defense. Here's the pitch from Kenosha, inside, ball 4. Cortez walks. And now the hitter will be Reinheimer with 2 down. Here's the pitch, inside, high, ball 1.
I think that's Adams at the plate right now. Or is it?
Yes, they must have just put a pinch hitter in. Yes, they did. So it'll be Liam Adams, as he was also, he checks in for the first time today. Pitch is outside, ball 1. 2-0, sorry. So 2 balls, no strikes. Cortez takes his lead over there at first. Pitch just misses, ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes. Cortez takes his lead over there at first. Kenosha's delivery in their first strike. So 3-1 coming up. So Kenosha set. Here's a 3-1 delivery and misses outside ball 4. So Adams walks. 2 on now for the LPs. Two on, 2 outs. It's the top of the order. Would guess I would come up now for the LPs. Here's the pitch. That one is in the air, ripped to the parking lot and foul. Oh, went on top of someone's car, but bounced on something first. Wasn't quite a direct hit. So 0-1 now. Here's the pitch and misses outside ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. LPs trail by 5. Looking to get more. Throw it back to first is not in time. So it'll be 2-1 coming up. One ball, 2 strikes. Both runners take off. One's fouled back to the parking lot again. Ooh, off the top of someone's car. Their insurance premiums run high here.
Perfect delivery to one of the yards.
I wonder if a house has ever gotten hit across the street here.
Probably very hard to do.
Yeah. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. St. Joe's looking to get out of it and just missed inside with that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gasal stays alive. He's got 2 runners on, Corthes and Adams. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one's ripped. Through, base hit to right field. Tanky will field it on a bounce, but runners only move up 90 feet as that was a hard liner. So bases will be loaded now for the LPs. The LPs are 1 big swing away from making this a 1-run game. So Noel will be the hitter now. The pitcher, starting pitcher earlier. He's 1 for 3 today. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Noel in the air, center field. Santarelli underneath it. He'll make the play, and St. Joe's gets out of it with bases loaded. We hit at the bottom of the 5th inning. Still a 9-4 lead for St. Joe's. More baseball after this.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Start up in a minute. All right, back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck, Elijah Vingslata, bottom of the fifth here from historic Simmons Field. 9-4 lead for the Lancers. So the LPs send another pitcher in. It's going to be Poznansky. Gabe Poznansky. Kenosha Senior. We actually went 2 frames without scoring a run, basically. Bottom of the inning and top of the inning.
What are we in the Woodland Conference right now?
Yeah, it seems like it. Those games we do, I tell you, they're always high scoring. High scoring follows us no matter where we go. We're in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Waukesha. Seems like we get it.
What was our last game? Last game was it too big scoring?
No.
Hartford versus Oconomowoc.
So Smith will be the leadoff hitter. He shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1. Pitches inside, ball 2. So the hitter will be Nick Falk, a pinch hitter. So 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. Poznansky, the pitcher for the LPs. So 2 balls, 1 strike. One misses low in the dirt, ball 3. Poznansky sets. Here's the pitch and misses outside, ball 4 and a leadoff walk for the Lancers. So Falk walks, and it'll be Silva, the hitter now. He is 1 for 2 today. Poznansky looks back at first, does not throw.
Got that little pump fake there.
Love when pitchers do that. Falk takes his lead over at first. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped down the third base line. What a stop over there at third. On to first in time. What a stop by Noel over there. Laid out and able to get up and make the throw.
Smooth operator.
That's a perfect term.
That woke this place up.
Yeah, that was quite a play.
Definitely got my eyes going there.
Nice layout by Noel, able to throw it on to first.
That was like gold glove type play right there. Like one day high school baseball will get that award.
Yeah, probably. That one's fouled to the left side on the bunt attempt. Look down to both teams that arrived here, Indian Trail and Tremper. Next game on our doubleheader slate. Both of them look like they're ready to go. Just want to play. It's cold out there. Here's the pitch inside, and they're going to say no, it did not hit him, and that moves Falk up to third. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
Both Indian Trail and Tremper look like they're just trying to stay warm right now.
Yeah. Could be a chilly evening out here. He's sitting around 45 degrees at the start of this game. Can imagine what it's going to be by the end of the next game. Here's the pitch. That one's followed the back screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch and high, ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. on Tanky. Here's the pitch, and it hits him on 2 strikes. So Tanky will reach first for Santarelli, who has
Big power threat here.
So who's walked twice and flew out to right. Actually, to take that back, the last time he was up, he was hit by a pitch. This sends the assistant coach out for the LPs. Second time that they went to the mound and discussed before Santarelli is hit. So power threat coming up. So runners will be on the corners, 1 out for Santarelli.
Union Grove with the 11-1 victory over Lake Geneva Badger. State run-ups last year. That's a big score shocker, right?
Yeah.
What do you think on that?
It's actually funny because the last game those two played, it was a 10-run game too.
Other way around or same way?
You said Union Grove won that game?
Yep.
It was the same way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Tanky takes his lead over there at first. Falk at third. That was the original game we were supposed to do. So here's the pitch. This is outside ball 1.
Probably get him on at some point still within this month.
Right? Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's kind of crazy that I could say that now.
So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Tanky takes his lead over at first. Santarelli, the hitter, takes inside ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Poznanski sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike coming up here. This bottom of the 5th. Poznanski sets. Here's the pitch. And that one's just missed inside ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Both runners take their leads on the corners. Santarelli on the verge of being walked 3 times today. Runner takes off. Santarelli rips that one to right field, down base hit as Tanky was in motion. So that will score 1 run as Falk comes home to score. It's a 10-4 game. Runners will remain on the corners once again. Santarelli comes up with his first hit of the day. So now the hitter will be Chris Kenosha.
Looking to keep the damage going. Top of the order. Heart of the order, if you will.
Santarelli takes his lead at first. Tanky at third. Looking to extend the lead is Kenosha now. Santarelli steals second, no throw, and a stand-up. And now 2 runners in scoring position. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that one's on the ground to first. It'll be a track meet to first, and Strope gets there in time, but a run will come home on the play, and he's safe. So 2 runs will score on a ground out to first base. Santarelli and Tanky score, and it's a 12-4 game.
What a wild sequence that was right there. Good send though to try to push this lead up even more. 2 more runs and then they could get it this inning.
They caught LP kind of napping on that play as Strope took it to first base, but he wasn't really watching Santarelli as he came around third. So 2 runs score on the ground out. It's 12-4. The pitch outside. Zach Rizzo, the hitter now, 1 for 2 today. He started this game as a pitcher as well. Here's the pitch and misses. 2 balls, no strikes. So 2-0 on the hitter. That one's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 3 runs so far for St. Joe's in this inning. Keep in mind they do get 2 more. It would be a run rule. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Green light there, huh?
So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, I thought it was I got my counts wrong.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Poznanski. And it hits Rizzo on the back.
Winning run at the plate now.
Winning run will come up for the Lancers. So, the hitter will be Patrick Davidson. He steps in now with a runner on, 2 outs. 3 runs already in for St. Joe's this inning. Davidson takes high and away, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, runner goes. Pitch is in there for a strike. Throw on a second, not in time, as Rizzo steals second. So 1 ball, 1 strike. St. Joe's with a runner in scoring position yet again. Here's the pitch. That one's ripped to right field, and it will be caught. Nice play out there by Gassau, able to go down for it. Couldn't quite tell from here if he caught it, but he got down the knee and made the catch. So we head to the 6th, a 12-4 game in favor of the Lancers. The LP's coming up to bat.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Looking for a place where everyone feels at home? Welcome to Point Brewery, your family-friendly tap room with something for everyone. From a wide variety of local brews to classic Point sodas for the kids, we've got the perfect pour for everyone. Craving a bite? We've got hot, cheesy Portesi pizzas ready when you are. Whether you're hanging out inside or soaking up the sun in our outdoor beer garden, there's space to unwind. Planning a celebration? Reserve our private event room and make it a gathering to remember. Point Brewery, good times, great taste, all on tap.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, top of the 6th here between Kenosha St. Joseph and Racine Lutheran Prairie LPs. It's a 12-4 game in favor of St. Joe's. St. Joe's plates 3 in the bottom of the 5th. The LPs will look to come back up. Here it's kind of a crazy game. St. Joe's led 9-1 at one point. They gave themselves 3 more runs a couple innings later, and with 12, but it's 1 run in the first for the LPs, and then 3 in the 4th That's what equals their 12s, their 4 so far. Strop will be the first hitter coming up here to begin this top of the 6th. Schmitz will be the new pitcher for. Jack Schmitz will be the new pitcher for St. Joe's. So, opening pitch to start this inning is high ball 1. Here's a pitch inside ball 2.
Now it's probably around the time where, I mean, if people, there's people waiting on that Tremper Trail game.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that stream a little bit late, but I mean, we'll just have to switch the stream keys and everything.
And that one's in the air.
Ooh.
Left center field. And Santarelli. Oh my goodness, he caught it. Oh my goodness. He's going
Unreal.
LSU not just for the bat, but what about the fielding?
Oh, man. Superman.
That looked like that was easily a double or potentially a triple, and he comes down with that.
Wow. Big time players make big time plays, ain't that right?
So Strop lined that one to left center, but Santarelli said not today. And, you know, he kind of wished it happened 10 seconds earlier because then people coming home from Chicago could have seen it.
That would have been a nice welcome home for the Metra.
Yes.
Folks.
So Aikens now the hitter for the LPs. Here's the pitch, high ball 1. Pitch is low, ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. That one's ripped in the air, left field. That will most likely get down and foul though. As Falk tried to get over there, couldn't quite get over. So it'll be 2 balls, 1 strike. One out, as Aikens is the hitter, 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch inside, ball 3. Here's the pitch, and high, ball 4, as Aikens walks. So now Van Swall will be the next hitter. As Schmidt sets, here's the pitch inside, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes as Aikens takes his lead. Pitch is low, ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's on the ground to first, but foul. So it'll be 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2-1, 1 out coming up here as Aikens takes his lead at first. That one's in the air, left field, and that one will fall, base hit. Van Swall on with a hit. So 2 runners on now for the LPs, and Poznansky, the hitter, now 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So 0-1 now on Poznansky. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So 0-2 coming up now. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. He applies the tag, and 2 down now in this top of the 6th. So 2 outs now. That's Akins, and Kading is the pinch runner at first. Here's the pitch in their first strike. Godson is the hitter now, 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch, high, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch in their first strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Schmidt's now 1 strike from getting out of it. So 1-2 coming up here, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and that one's to the back screen foul. So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Schmidt sets. Here's the pitch, and high and away, ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes coming up here. Both runners take their leads here. 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Schmitz. That one's in the air. Will it stay playable? And it will. Caught out there by Tanky. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs for the LPs. St. Joe's coming to bat.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house was brand new again.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck, Elijah Vincelata. 12-4 lead for St. Joe's. Here in this bottom of the 6th inning, St. Joe's, basically all they need is 2 runs, and it's a run rule, else we'll play top of the 7th. Keep in mind the run rule's cut off immediately, so if they get to the threshold, they cut it off immediately.
Well, at the very least, the next game's not going to start on time.
Yeah.
Still, technically, I guess.
Yeah, I would say that's out of the question.
It's all good, though.
No, it's not okay. All right, so bottom of 6th inning begins here.
Still got a thriller coming up. Indian Trail taking on Kenosha Trimper in a Southeast Conference rubber match in the 3-game series.
Here's a pitch. That one's in the air. Towards the dugout. Will there be a play? No. Just goes out of play. So 0-1 on the hitter. No balls, 1 strike here on Johnson, the hitter. Johnson takes high, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And misses outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike coming up here on Johnson. He's 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. That one's foul, out of play. The umpire is coming back. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch outside, ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that one's lined to the right center gap, and that's down, base hit. Going to go all the way to the wall. Johnson turns second.
I think that's 3.
And he's going to try for 3. Throw coming in, who has no chance to get him. As Johnson in with a leadoff triple. So now Jack Schmidt's the hitter, now 0 for 3 today, also the pitcher right now. Pitches high and away, ball 1, and that one's going to get by, and a run will come home as Johnson scores, and it's 13-4.
So essentially, Schmitz right now is the winning run at the plate now.
Yes. So 1 ball, no strikes. Pitches in their first strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schmitz 0 for 3 today, looking for his first hit of the day. St. Joe is up to 9 hits on the day. The LPs with 6. Here's the pitch high. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Outside, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike coming up here now. Here's the pitch. High and away, ball 4. And Schmitz walks. And Schmidt steals second here on the first pitch. So 1 ball, no strikes, and Poznanski steps off. Keep in mind, Nasonville Dairy post-game show after the game will be down there with head coach and player. I gotta figure who that player is, just in case the run comes across. We're gonna do Kenosha. He has 7 RBIs today.
Sweet.
That is I didn't realize he had that many RBIs till now. 7 RBIs, 2 hits, and we got a couple guys with 2 hits, but 7 RBIs is the one that stands out. Here's the pitch inside, ball 3.
See if he gets a green light here.
So 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's lined to left center. That's down, base hit. Schmitz will come home to score, and that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Kenosha St. Joseph wins in run rule fashion, 14-4 over the Racine Lutheran Prairie LPs. Nasonville Dairy postgame show coming up next.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, back here, Nasonville Dairy post-game show here with head coach and Chris Kenosha. Chris, we'll start with you. I'll start with you actually. Yeah. So Big game, big win today over a team that you just beat 10-7 a couple weeks ago. A rescheduled game. Just tell me about how you guys got it done.
At the end of the day, they just keep battling and keep playing through it. A little rough to start the game off, but at the end of the day, they just keep competing throughout the process.
So you got a couple of big games coming up here. I know St. Thomas more in a couple of weeks. That could determine a lot of things. Shoreland's still a good team in the conference as well. Just tell me what's going to carry on from today, especially towards the end of the game, to carry on for the rest of the season.
Hopefully the Sticks. The Sticks haven't been around. We keep on playing in this weather, this cold weather. So hopefully the Sticks come around because that's a big piece of us right now.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Now here with our highlight house player of the game. So just tell me about how you got it done today. You know, you had 7 RBIs today. So, that's quite a stat. You know, I had 2 hits. Several guys on the team that had 2 hits I was going to choose from, but your 7 RBIs stood out to me. So just tell me about how you guys got it done today.
I mean, it comes down to who gets on base before me. So it's really easy when we have a loaded lineup. So they all get on base for me. I really just have to put the ball in play, and they're going to score. So.
All right, so next, I said the same thing to Coach. You know, you guys got a couple big games up St. Thomas More in conference still. One more time, you got Shoreland Lutheran as well. Just tell me about what's going to take from today on to the rest of those games.
I mean, we have to play a full game. We haven't been playing a full game. We've been slow at the start or slow at the end, one of the two. We have to play a full game to beat these good conference teams so we can win conference.
Okay, so you're going to grab the mic from me. You're going to look up there, and you can see that camera a little bit up there. You're going to say your first and last name, then I'm in the house. So I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1.
Christopher Kenosha, and I'm in the house.
Go Silver, your team. Nice job today.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. So Kenosha St. Joe's gets the win today. We're going to move on right away to Tremper versus Indian Trail right after this on Zaleski Sports.